Good morning, day 10 in Cannes. I'm outside the Palais waiting to get in. It doesn't open till 9 a.m. and it's about 1:45 right now. I'm trying to get into a 9:30 screening, so I have to wait. So I thought I'd do this little video for you and talk about what is, of course, the big scandal the festival. Lars von Trier and his comments during a press conference for his new film Melancholia, where he made a reference to being a Nazi. And since that time, they've now made him a persona non grata, said he cannot return to the festival. I haven't actually read the reports. I've heard that it's maybe 3 years or maybe a lifetime ban, not sure. But his film Melancholia stays in the competition. And it's received actually some fairly good response by the press. So there could be this interesting situation where the film might win a prize, but he won't be able to accept it. But talking to the press people, there seems to be a consensus that given the political sensitivities about the Nazi comment and being a very Jewish industry, there isn't a chance in hell that he's going to get one of the prizes. But it remains to be seen. For myself, it seems a very odd thing. Because, number one, you had somebody like Mel Gibson, who was on the red carpet just the same day or the day before for his movie Beaver. And here's a gentleman who's been, I use the term loosely, gentleman, who's been on film and recorded audio making very anti-Semitic statements and also being very, very misogynistic and saying a lot of really nasty things. And yet he was a welcome person on the red carpet. And even more interestingly, I had dinner last night, and there was a couple of friends, and there was a couple of Danish journalists who were sitting at the table beside us, and we started talking about this. And these journalists have been covering film for over 20 years and coming to Cannes for that length of time, and of course have been covering Lars von Trier specifically because he's one of their kindred countrymen. And they explained to me that this background to his life story, where he always thought he was Jewish, he'd been raised Jewish, and his mother on her deathbed told him that he was not in fact a Jew, but that his father was a German Catholic man who was in fact a very strong Nazi sympathizer. So it really is something that they explained was taken out of context, and that if the press had been who were in the hall during the press conference really understood this background about Lars von Trier, the response to his comments would have been understood to be more in a mocking or joking sense. So anyway, scandal in Cannes, that's what makes it special about the festival, and they're always looking for something, so this is it this year. So that's my opinion on it. Take care. A story about last night, the screening of Drive, which stars Ryan Gosling as a stunt driver by day, getaway car driver for hire by night. It's by a Scandinavian. I'm trying to think of where the guy's from. The director, he's got a very violent, he likes a lot of violence in his movies, and this movie is actually very violent, and so it's interesting to see Ryan Gosling in a role where he's probably better known by North American audiences, certainly for his romantic roles in Blue Valentine or The Notebook, but in this movie it's a very different type of character. And it's very interesting that Albert Brooks is in it, and he really plays against type, so it's going to be interesting to see how the film is received in North America. But for me, one of the interesting parts about it was that it was a press screening, and I was standing in line with a couple of other people, and we were near the front of the line because we wanted to be sure that we could get in, and there was a press gentleman from Luxembourg who very politely told us that we should leave. And I said that, oh, I thought I could get in, that's what my badge quotation said. And he said, never in 30 years has a non-press person gotten into one of these screenings. So I went up to the stairs and spoke to one of the gentlemen in the nice little suits and asked him, and he said, sure, just stand over there and you'll get in. And in fact we did, and this guy from Luxembourg said he would never believed it. It was beginner's luck. It would never happen again. And he really commended me for my chutzpah in getting in. So it was a real treat, and it was a great time, and it was one of the little tiny highlights for the festival. Bye now. Hi, this is the restaurant where I was dining last night with Karen and Regina and the two gentlemen journalists from Denmark. And I thought I'd take a picture here of the restaurant in the daylight where it would show up better. Yesterday's video had Karen talking in the restaurant about our evening. And it was funny, right, I'm panning next door to this place called, I can't read it very well, it says Sun Night, and it is a nightclub. And last night here, right between the two restaurants, there was a pole set up, and there was pole dancing going on while we were having dinner. And I was going to take a picture of it, but it was very, very strange. I may come back tonight and see if I can get a picture of the pole dancing if I'm not in a movie or something. But I thought I'd show this in the daylight. Bye now. This is the old market area in the old part of the town of, or port of Cannes. It is a covered market, and it's open every day, and it has great fresh fruits and vegetables and things like that. And I'm taking a little break from movies this morning to try, or it's almost afternoon I guess, to check it out and see if there's anything that I might buy for a little snack. Bye now. Action! Okay, I'm here at La Piazza restaurant on the Croisette, and I'm here with Hannah, my old dear friend Hannah from the Floating Film Festival and other festivals, and I have two Iranian folks here at the table with me. I have Ali on your far left. Wave to me, Ali. There he goes. And then I got Mohammad Reza. Take your hand away from him. There he's waving. And he makes documentary films, I've just learned. This is really cool. So we've been talking about how Hannah and I must come to Tehran next February for the Farabi Film Festival and do this. So it's going to be a toss-up between Tehran and the Floating Film Festival next year. So it's going to be a big decision for me. Okay? And then I'm going to swing over here to Mohammad Reza, and you're going to tell me about your documentary so I can remember to tell Sean Farnell about this when I get back to Toronto.
I work on a new documentary about Bosnian War.
And does it have a working title?
One of them is called A School.
A School? A School. There's more than one?
Yes.
How many are you working on?
It's 6 different films.
Okay. 6. All of us. Okay, sounds great. Okay, so then I'll remember. And now we've decided we're all going to become friends on Facebook until I'll learn all these details and keep in touch with these new people. Okay, so Ali, you're going to talk a little bit about the marketplace here with the Iranian films.
Well, in the market there were more than 25 Iranian films. They had the screening for all of them. We had 4. And it was fine. Some people from festivals, some from buyers came, so it was good.
And you've been coming for how many years now?
About 10 years.
10 years, so a real veteran here. So, and Mohammed, you said you've been here, what, 5 years, 6 years?
5 years.
5 years, there we go. So a lot of experience. And Hannah, can I put you on the spot? How many years have you been coming to Cannes? When's the first time you came?
I've been here about 8 or 9 times, but I missed 2 years.
Okay, so at least 10 years for you as well. Okay, there you go, folks. You know, from a neophyte like me to a whole bunch of veterans around the table here. So I'm going to sign off now, and I'll talk more later.